Hey guys, Iron here with a new video, the one about the CalpheOn Ball event. I'm guessing that many people saw the event, but quite a lot of people are still waiting on a recap of the event, myself included, except I need to write the recap myself. Oh, the life of a YouTuber. So, the main thing about the event was that it's about the game globally, so they're talking a lot what's coming in the next 1 to 2 years for BDO, meaning what is coming for PC. As we are console, I will mainly be just listing the things PC is getting, so I'll be moving over it quite fast, as I don't know when we will actually see this content. Could be soon, but could also be 2 to 3 years down the road for us. Maybe some of you do play a bit on PC, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it console mostly because, well, my channel is about console. First up, I would like to list the free items that we will be getting if you have not logged into the game recently. Please do so, and I will be also showing a few codes that you need to enter for additional rewards, like the 100 fail stack and stuff. If you don't know when you last logged in and you want these items, be sure to actually log in today. I think you have a few more days or something, but yeah, I wouldn't wait with it. What will we be getting? 1300 cronstones. Console is getting 300 additional cronstones because PC is getting 300 Caphras stones, but we don't have Caphras yet. More about that later. 7 days Gamma-Sil's Blessing, 300% combat experience times 5. J special scrolls times 5. I'm not sure if these are the scrolls we're getting extra or if these are the scrolls that we can buy right now in the store. I think these are extra though. We get a bunch of gold bars totaling up to 121 million silver, a fine accessory box, a special tongue grant accessory box. It's probably gonna be able to get a base, pride, duo, or maybe higher accessory from it. I don't know. 40, 60, 80 advice of Valks, which is pretty nice. I can add those to my my list of Valks that I have. A 100 Valks as well from the code CalpheOn Gift 1212. 2 Shadow boxes from the code Thank You Adventurers. I'll post those up on the screen. We will also be getting 2 weeks of super hot time, 300% combat experience, 50% skill experience. Then we will also be getting Jay's Hammers of Loyalty. Basically, they're 2 free pen attempts. They prevent the weapons and armor from downgrading. Use the code Hammers from J 1212 after the update on the 16th for console. Now, these Hammers of J, I will probably be doing a video about those, how we can best use those. Now, don't sue me if some of the items aren't there, because I've just listed everything that we should be getting. Now, let's move onto the main thing. So, the main things we're getting is the new Nova class. I did a video on her yesterday. I would say go check it out first if you haven't already. Great looking class, definitely will be playing it. I am going to guess that we will also be getting the winter season, but it will likely be watered down a little bit for us. Also, CalpheOn will no longer be publishing Black Desert next year for PC. I don't know if we will be seeing crossplay with PC, as we will also be getting console improvements to our controls to help us turn towards the enemy, which is odd seeing on console we're all finding with the same limitation. So the only thing that I would like to see from them is to allow an option to turn acceleration off when looking around or turning, because the acceleration is really not needed. I just want consistent turn circle every time. Now, yeah, like I said, are we going to get crossplay with PC at some point? That would be pretty bad, so I hope not. Now, for loads of PC changes here, PvP, no reward changes. They get 10 versus 10 crew PvP, a Champion League format for that 10 versus 10. Blue Battlefield is still being worked on, which is apparently on the seas. They will also be getting a main server system for guilds, which will result in server wars, where other server guilds can invade your server and vice versa, stealing relics, etc. When will we get this stuff? I have no idea. I will make a video on it when the patch is there for us and we get it. But I don't think it's anytime soon. Blackstar armors get their own version of Caphras. Sorta would be nice to get Blackstar, but that's also not gonna be anytime soon for us. Maybe the weapon? I don't know. We'll see. Talking about Kafras, they mentioned that we will not be receiving Kafras. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, as currently the lowest geared people versus the highest geared people, the gap between their gearing is quite large, and this will only increase. So on PC there's a thing called suppressed boss gear that has been handed out to all players, I think a few times now, meaning everybody that was online for those events received a full set of try boss gear, which is quite a significant boost to everybody's gear score. So yeah, maybe the event of those numbers, I don't actually know. So when we will see Kafras, probably after we also get one of those sets of free tri-boss gear, a full set actually, armor and weapons. They've also had a bunch of accessory events where you could get like some really good accessories and stuff like that. So in terms of gear score, our really high players and our really low players are too far apart apparently, which is really sucky. Anyways, for PvE, PC will be getting the Black Star Raid, loads of co-op stuff, dungeons, very hard dungeons, a new region, Mountain of the Eternal Winter, which is the home place for the Guardian. But yeah, again, next year even for PC, so for us likely 2 to 3 years away. Did they mention that they will keep developing? They did mention that they will keep developing the game with the older generation consoles in mind, so that's a good thing. Hardcore solo zones that are time locked if you leave or die. Sounds pretty cool, but the more you kill in there, the harder it gets, but also the rewards go up. Now, I got Altar of Blood flashbacks. They also get harder the further you get, but the rewards are really just meh. I hope they don't drop the ball on this PvE content. Mansions are also on the menu. Huge houses for players to own. Land of the Dawn. A full new region. Seeing all this new stuff is like also 2 to 3 years away, even for PC. This means that it's kind of a good thing. This means that Crimson Desert isn't a new BDO, but just a game being developed next to BDO. And we likely won't need to fear BDO going away anytime soon, which was, wouldn't have liked it. Anyways, core skills coming to Succession and an additional awakening skill to Awakening. They're planning to buff the weaker classes instead of nerfing the stronger classes, which is pretty good in my book. Elevation problems for classes like Ranger, Archer is being worked on so they can actually hit people that are above them or below them. Like if you're standing on a little pebble, you might not get hit because Ranger and Archer are really weird sometimes. Right now they just shoot into the ground in front of them, which is a huge bummer. Nice to see those classes actually getting the fixes they need. Now, the next change is pretty huge for consoles and a little bit lesser extent to PCs. Damage dealt depending on your frame rate is being worked on, which is great now because having 120 FPS consoles versus 60 FPS consoles versus 30 FPS consoles, now the super high-end consoles won't have like super benefits on top of their already increased frame rate. We don't really need to have a double whammy with our old consoles. So this is a good thing. I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon when this is gonna be released, or they're gonna be working on it. Now, another thing here about quests, they want to make people more immersed into the quests, unless they make it like Dragon Age. I don't see how this is going to work. Having me redo the entire main questline to level 56 to run the Valk's questline for the 40th time doesn't make me feel more immersed really. So yeah, I don't see how they're going to do that. But anyways, loads of content is getting revamped. They said this during the Q&A. New class for next year. So after Nova comes out, we're finally going to be able to settle for a while on console. It's been a very wild ride. They also said 20 classes isn't a whole lot, so we can expect quite some more classes in the following years. There's also being worked on new items like infinite potions. They're being talked about. New mounts like bears and wolves. A new tier 10 horse that runs on water. New outfits and improvements to console performance to all console generations. Lastly, I don't know how I feel about it, but mob density in grind areas will be returning to normal. So this kinda like invalidates all my grind area data I have right now. Then again, we will finally be back on the regular rotations. Oh well, I'll just start over with all those grind spots. Next year we will be getting content at a faster pace. How fast they mean, I have no idea. But sadly, I would really like to see Kafras fast. Thank you very much. Yes, Kafras. Now, quick note, if you wonder why we have such bad RNG sometimes, just look at these people who roll the dice. If this represents how the game rolls the dice in the background, just like, oh my god, just kill me. Oh, wait a minute, Kitty's behind me, isn't he? Oh.